Hello fellow designers, in this video I'm going to share why it's so important to always send a sketch before the final logo design to your customers, and I'm also going to share a time-lapse video of a logo that was rejected for that same reason. Hope you enjoy. When I started logo design, I had no idea what I was doing. I was a full-time graphic designer and videographer for a company, but I wasn't really doing logo design for myself. It was something I got into much later. I decided to quit a few years ago my job and decided in the beginning to do videography and graphic design, and I was kind of doing branding design. And again, I really was figuring stuff out as I was doing it. And it didn't take me long to realize that this was going to be much harder than I anticipated. I knew it was going to be hard, but I didn't realize how hard. And I remember working for a company doing a whole branding design for a roofing company, and I was recording roofs. I was climbing ladders with all my camera gear and all my lenses, and I live in Bakersfield in California, and it can get up to 110 degrees in here, and carrying all that stuff, it was just after that day I remember that I don't think this is gonna work out. And about the same time I started seeing a lot of YouTube videos of people that had made much more money than videographers just with logo design, and that really caught my attention. I thought, well, if I could do just the logos and charge the same amount, why not? But it was a lot of work, more than I thought. And one of the big mistakes I did was not sending the customers a sketch before the final design. So I don't know if it was cockiness or pride or just ignorance or a combination of all those things, but I was just assuming that since they reached out to me to do the design that I was just going to dictate what would work. And it's important to really ask the right questions. But I wasn't doing any of that in the beginning. It took a lot of trials and errors to really understand the importance of that. And it was through YouTube, seeing a lot of logo designers, through Instagram, realizing there was a very specific process to logo design. And I started developing a process. I started educating myself on asking the right questions, educating my customers on the basics of logo design, things like letting them know that logos weren't meant to describe their business as much as they're meant to identify their business. And that really helped a lot. And really talking with the customer about what it is that they're trying to portray with their logo, what they're trying to achieve with their logo. And really, once those questions were out of the way, really sketching something out. I think in the beginning, I also didn't want to provide sketches because I had this idea that if I presented a sketch, the design wasn't good enough. It wasn't complete. It felt like you were sharing like pieces of the job you were getting paid to do. And again, that was a lot of ignorance. It's really important, and I'm sure a lot of logo designers didn't make that mistake that I did when I started, but that was kind of a thing that took me a while. So it's really important to always provide a sketch, because you're going to save yourself a lot of hours, a lot of time, a lot of headaches, possibly even lose a customer or have arguments with a customer. So that really changed the game for me, providing a sketch. So in this specific video that I'm going to show you, it's going to be a video of a logo that was rejected with this company called Agrazing Platters. They're a catering business from England. And I didn't really ask, it was a few years ago, I didn't ask the right questions and whatnot. And after that failed, I really went back and talked to the customer what they were looking for. And I'll share after this time-lapse video the final logo that the customer approved, some mock-ups, and it was so successful that their business is doing well. They were even featured on UK Vogue magazine twice last year, so that's pretty awesome. So here's a time-lapse video of that logo that was rejected, and stay tuned after that for final design that was approved. So as you can see, this logo is pretty decent. It's an okay logo, but it's not what the customer wanted. And again, it was because I wasn't asking the right questions. I really didn't really try to make their business successful. I was just trying to make a decent logo. I wasn't really so much thinking about the company itself, and that was a mistake. And that's something I rectified. So I want to share now the logo that was approved, that we did talk about, that I did sketch out. So you can see here's some of the stylescape. It's important to always show your logo in action with branding, with mock-ups. And it was so awesome to find out that last year they were featured on UK Vogue magazine twice, I believe in June and around May or April. I hope you guys like this video, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the YouTube comment section. I'll get back to every single one of them. If you like logo design or just this content, consider subscribing, and remember to stay humble, remain teachable, and fight for your dreams.